Former Dell president and UT business professor Lee Walker has agreed to take over as chairman of the troubled transit agency.
We had a picture in our head of the guy or woman that could take Capital Metro, be chair of Capital Metro, and really move it out of a tough situation that it was in, which was a big part of it, but we also needed somebody that was willing to take it to the next step. We whispered to each other, "You think we could get Lee Walker?" Most of us doubted we could get Lee Walker. Why would he do that? Somebody with his level of success. But what we were underestimating was his passion for this community.
How many of us know of a corporate CEO or anyone who would be willing and able to bring his expertise that he gained in corporate life to civic life? Very few would do that. They go on to do something that is much, much more self-serving than what Lee Walker did. He came to Capital Metro, and in good times and in bad times, Lee Walker stayed at the wheel.
Time to roll up our sleeves and get ready for those rails to roll.
Helping to deliver effective mass transit in Austin is as fundamental and as important a job than I can imagine. And so having a guy of Lee's stature and experience and expertise and passion and vision in that role has been critical these 10 years.
And you know, I came at this a little differently than everybody else. I wasn't a big proponent of transit or bus or rail or any of it, but really what transformed it for me was our handshake and the realization that with you it really meant something. And I deal with a lot of people in public life, but there's never really been anyone quite like you. You have your own standards and you kind of fully expect that everyone is going to live up to that code. And as a result of that, you make everyone around you better. And I've certainly become a better person just as a result of getting to know you.
I think a lot of people have come to the conclusion that he kind of defines the mission of Capital Metro. He kind of defines the concept of public involvement and the true public servant, someone who's willing to give so much of himself.
Just imagine for a minute how odd it would have seemed for someone of his size and his stature to have been a small thinker. Lee Walker really brought to Austin a world vision in a lot of ways for transportation and a lot of other things he worked on. So, you know, the only thing that is any bigger than Lee Walker's mind is really his heart.
Lee, I want you to know that we're not going to let you get away this easy. You can go to Italy for as long as you want in the summer, and you can be retired from the Cap Metro board, but you're going to continue to be a leader in Austin because we're still going to come to you for advice and for counsel, and you're going to be around for a long time.
Lee, I can't thank you enough for all you have done, not only for Capital Metro, but certainly for Capital Metro, but what you've done for this entire community. You took on a big job. You knew it was going to be a big job. You knew it was going to require stability and thought, and you gave it everything you had, and I really appreciate it. I wish you the best of luck, and know that this community loves you.
Well, Lee, you probably don't remember this, but it was 1997. I was just starting to think about getting active civically in this town, and I cold called you. We had never met, you had never heard of my name, and you were kind enough to go to lunch with me there in Hyde Park at 43rd and Duval. And ultimately it was that conversation, that lunch, that told me my instincts were right about community service and figuring out a path to get involved. I find myself now as the mayor of this city, and I have yet to forgive you for somehow inspiring this. But I love you. We're going to miss you as the chairman of the board at Cap Metro, but certainly aren't going to miss you because we're going to be with you, socially, professionally, but spiritually as we continue to grow this great city. Thank you.
And Lee Walker As they say in East Texas, arrivederci.